I said I am a fish farmer and a food processor. I started selling rice 2 years back, and I realized sometimes I see people moving around in trucks carrying rice to different offices. I'm wondering, how did they get it and stuff like that? So in the course of the WIP project, they talked about procurement, how they do procurement, and most of those rice you see in some cooperatives, most of those rice they share during December, it's somebody that got that contract to supply them. So those things kept on coming to my head that, okay, if they supply chairs to some offices, they supply this, then since I'm in food sector, let me utilize it. I sell rice. I have suppliers that can supply me in large quantities. Why not explore this option? And immediately, I just prepared my profile, business profile, talk about how long I've been doing rice and where I source my rice from, and talk about the capacity I can carry and all. So what I had to do was, I had some friends that work in different parastatals. I spoke to them and like, okay, how do people come up with this? They said, you just write your profile and everything. So once the need arrives, they know where to go to. Because those that have been supplying them, they've been humming around. They just reach out to them. You can come up. I said, are you for real? I said, yes. So I prepared my profile and all. So I walked into most of the government schools that were budding. So I submitted my profile. I spoke to them that I'm a rice supplier. I can supply you rice in large quantity. We could talk. Initially, I was even like, would it really pay off? I thought procurement say they will have to do it online. You submit. That's to be bogus money and all. But in the course of the program, there was a particular lecture we had that told us that there are different capacity. And, in terms of bid, there are some certain level that needs maybe like a bigger approval. There are some that the principal or the bossa can approve at that level, like supplying 50 to 100 bags of rice. When they talked about all that, I was like, okay, at least this is my capacity. I don't need more documentation. They only need my CAC registration, my business account, knowing fully whether I run a business account, and my VAT certificate. And these are what I had. So I just put them into the profile and submitted. I submitted in 3 schools. I submitted in one of the command school in Abuja. I submitted in government secondary school, Kwali. And I submitted in a private school in Dupa, Gwagwalada here. The 3 came on board, but one was very, very comfortable for me because their payment was within 24 hours. So, and the fact that we say funding is the problem, I didn't have much capital to keep my money for long. The government school, they said it's going to take 1 to 2 months. Then the other private school said after every section tends to pay and buy more and all. So I picked the one that was better. That was the command school, which they said for 6 months I'll supply them rice. Immediately they get their rice supply, they make payments. And I've done for 4 good months, supplied them this rice and they've paid. I'm preparing a set for them for next week to supply, and immediately I get my payment. So what I had to do this year again was to go around other schools too and submit. Then there's a cooperative that they share food items during Ramadan period. I've reached out to 2. I supplied them oil, vegetable oil. We are still talking about rice. They too, they are coming for rice. So these are my capacity and I'm trying to explore it. While I'm exploring this capacity, I'm still trying to grow, trying to get all proper documentation, and maybe by then I could get better funding to be able to, like this whole space, I took them. Ordinarily, I was supposed to use orders for my warehouse where I can keep the rice and all. But the rice industry is very, very expensive. So I really need much funding. So I'm trying to explore to my level. 50, 100, 200 bags for now. I hope to do thousands of bags. I hope to do them. And the other option I'm exploring in terms of procurement, there are communities outside Nigeria now. Those Nigerians that left the country, they're outside Nigeria. So they tend to do bulk shipments through sea. So I've been able to reach out to 1 or 2 persons. So they usually have a group where they prepare and all send in their order. So they bring in their order in group. So I'm working on that in March, where I'll be able to get them their gari in tons, get them their palm oil, get them all Indomie, things they need in bulk, and I'll supply them and they'll make my payment. So these are what I'm exploring. I'm actually exploring all supplies to federal government parastatals, to private school, to individuals, to cooperatives too as well. I usually have a lot of fears before joining the program because I was just like, where I just felt, okay, come in and buy 1 or 2 person. I just limit myself to WhatsApp. But in joining the program, they made me understand that I could do more, I could do better, even if I don't have much. Because, I would think you need to have like millions, about 10 millions. I didn't start, when I was doing this, I could tell my business capacity was between 1 to 4 million. And I wasn't thinking I'll be able to do those supply, but I did it because there were people there in the WIP program that were telling us that we could do it. They pushed us. They were pushing us. and they were making us feel that it's possible. You know, sometimes we have dreams, but to actualize our dreams, we need a push. So WIP was that push I needed to just help me launch out and tell me myself that I could do supply. And that supply I've done, and I'm still going to do more.